Opening with the queen's pawn controls the center and usually leads to a more positional development of the pieces. The Indian game begins by controlling the important e4 square with the knight, rather than a pawn. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, gains more control over the e5 square, and strengthens the d4 pawn. g6 prepares to fianchetto, the dark squared bishop on g7, where it will sit on the long diagonal. Knight bd2 develops the knight toward the center, controls the e4 square, and supports the knight on f3. This fianchettos the bishop by placing it on a powerful diagonal. This threatens to win material through a tactic. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. This activates a bishop by developing it off of its starting square. This prepares the bishop for development. Castling to the same side of the board is a more cautious approach. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This misses an opportunity to create a pawn chain. Recaptures. This creates space for the king to move in case it is attacked. The knight develops or moves for the first time. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This activates a queen by developing it off of its starting square. A solid choice. Right on target. This allows the opponent to kick a knight. This is the only good move. The knight is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This attacks a queen, winning a tempo when it moves away. This move puts the queen on a safer square. This blocks an attack on a pawn. This moves the bishop to safety. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. This attacks black's pawn chain. This overlooks an opportunity to attack a pawn chain. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is the only good move. This maintains the balance in material with... This is an equal trade. This removes a pawn that was threatening to win material. This is not the right idea. This offers an equal trade of pieces. A good use of time, thinking and finding the only good move in the position. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Takes back. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This is a fair move. This overlooks an opportunity to kick a bishop. A very strong play. This steps away from the checking bishop. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. That's fine. The bishop finds a new active square. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This is the strongest option. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. This gives away a free pawn. This overlooks an opportunity to capture a free pawn. This permits the opponent to pin a rook to the king. This pins a rook to the king. This allows the opponent to eventually win a pawn. This misses an opportunity to eventually win a pawn. A good use of time, thinking and finding the only good move in the position. This is an equal trade. Recaptures. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This is not the right idea. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. One of the best moves. This allows the opponent to win material by pinning a piece. That pin will win material. Black's piece has moved to a square with greater activity and control. This captures a free rook. Takes back. Putting the piece on a blockade square. A solid choice. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. This move puts the queen on a safer square. The piece finds a new active square. This is a fair move. This misses a chance to win a bishop, but the position is still winning. A very strong play. One of the best moves. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain. This wins time by threatening a queen and forcing it to move away. This threatens to tactically win a rook. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Takes back. This is the start of the endgame, and black is losing. This offers an equal trade of pieces. A solid choice. A very strong play. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. Very precise. This steps away from the checking queen. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. Black's piece has moved to a square with greater activity and control. An active king is critical in the endgame, and getting it off of the back rank is the first step. Right on target. This offers an equal trade of pieces. Black's bishop has moved to a square with greater activity and control. This is the strongest option. This frees a pinned queen, allowing it to provide defense. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Recaptures. Very precise. This blocks white's pawn. Right on target. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. Pushing a passed pawn. This is the strongest option. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. Very precise. Right on target. This steps away from the checking rook. Pushing a passed pawn. This moves the bishop to a better location. The passed pawn moves towards its goal, putting the piece on a blockade square. One of the best moves. A solid choice. That was a free pawn. This is the strongest option. That pawn was free for the taking. A very strong play. One of the best moves. This moves the bishop to a more active square. A solid choice. This evades the check from the rook. Very precise. This loses a bishop, but the position threatening that pinned piece is going to win a bishop. A very strong play. That was a free bishop. One of the best moves. Pushing a passed pawn. A solid choice. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. There were worse moves, but also something much better. Pushing a passed pawn. Right on target. This continues the checkmate threat. A very strong play. This continues the checkmate threat. This steps away from the checking queen.